Growing up, I had dreams and aspirations, but always felt like the kid that didn't fit in. For the most part, I wasn't a bad kid, but when I made the transition into adulthood, I turned to the streets for guidance. This led to getting locked up in juvenile hall, doing time in CYA, and eventually a 120-month sentence in federal prison. I had a lot of time to think and reflect during my federal sentence, so I share with you what I learned, hoping I can positively influence someone else's life with Prison Talk.
What's up, everybody? Big Herc, Prison Talk. Thank you for tuning in to another episode. If you haven't got a chance to subscribe, go ahead and do so I don't have to split your wig. And also make sure you check out the website, which is FreshOutSeries.com. And if you got any questions, shoot us an email, FreshOutSeries@gmail.com, or you can shoot us an email right off the website. So subscribe to the website, man, and we'd love to hear from you. Had a question from one of our viewers. Hey, Mr. Herc, I'm a big fan of your show. I'm wondering if you would care to share with me what you did and how you succeeded when you got out of prison. It seems like every video I've seen of you, you got a nice car in the background or something, especially with a felony record. What did you do after prison to set yourself up for success? Thanks, Fred. You know, man, before I got out of prison, for one thing, I had a little black book, and I had just business plan after business plan after business plan, and I had all these different ideas of things I would do when I got out. And I used to talk to a lot of guys who had just came in and ask them what was going on in the city, what hustles was cracking, what they were doing. And I would read magazines and newspapers and just try to formulate different things. So my mind was always working. I never sat down and said, oh, when I get out, I'm gonna go work at Costco, or I'm gonna get a job at Walmart, or I'm gonna do construction. Not to say that, that's not a plan, but that wasn't my plan. So, when I got out, I was already on some different time, and I wasn't really, I wasn't institutionalized. So I didn't have the prison mentality, and I didn't say, oh, I'm an ex-felon, or, oh man, I can't get a job because I'm black, or blah, 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 blah. I got out, and I just assimilated right back into society. I didn't, people couldn't tell I'd been locked up because of the way I carried myself. And I reached out to old friends, man. I had a homeboy that was running a club promotion business. I hooked up with him, did some club promotion stuff. I had another friend that did product placement in Hollywood movies. I hooked up with him. He gave me a job in a warehouse. I did that part-time. I got into fucking gigoloing. I was fucking motherfuckers' wives for money. I was doing personal training. I used to buy and sell nutritional products, proteins, when they had the different types of testosterone boosters. I used to hustle all that stuff. I was always hustling, so I always had something going on. And, I was able to save a little bit of money in a halfway house. And, a friend of mine let me kind of stay with them until I got on my feet. And then I was able to rent a room for rent. I also had the book I had published, so I was slanging the book on the side. And I was doing, I had a little clothing business. I was selling a little bit of clothing here and there, workout clothing. So I had multiple revenue streams, nothing in particular that made a lot of money, but a bunch of little things that kind of flowed into one river. And, I just kept hustling, man. I bought a car here and there, flipped it, made a couple $100, and I eventually just worked my way up to where I was able to kind of get things going that constantly brought me something. Met my business partner at the gym. He didn't even know it. I was still at the fucking halfway house. I was catching the bus to come work out. And, we made a good friendship. And from there, eventually I popped the show off to him. And he's like, oh, fuck it, let's roll with it. So we started doing the show. And it wasn't like the show made us a bunch of money. We did the show thinking long term because nothing happens overnight. So, I was still doing my thing, but we kept building the show to finally is where it's at right now. And along that path, I met different people, developed a clothing line with him, with the Fresh Out, got the workout drink, got the shoes, got more into cars, restoration, customization, stuff like that. Flipped a couple more cars. I flipped probably, 30, 40 cars since I've been home. and made a little bit of money, lost a little bit of money, but I, overall made some money, got into cryptocurrencies, made a little bit of money, invested in other things, and just no one thing has been there's no surefire way to basically, just always come up as far as these hustles, but I just kept trying different things. I didn't have no silver spoon, wasn't nobody, just giving me anything, so I'm always grinding, and I just always kept an open mind. I'm always surrounding myself around people who are wealthier than me, smarter than me, that are going places so that I can experience something new and learn. I'm always trying to learn. So the most important thing is your mentality. Having the mentality that you can do something, getting away from the naysayers, people who are always saying what you can't do, and just thinking big, having a big picture, thinking grand. And that's what has allowed me to kind of weed through a lot of the bullshit. And for the most part, I'm just solo bolo, man. I kick with my wife, I fuck with my business partner, and just try to keep moving forward and bringing other things into the pot that are gonna bring us money down the line. When we do actually hit the network, everybody can say, oh, you fucking made it, but this has been a long time in the making. There's nothing that happens overnight out here in Hollywood. It's all a process, and you just gotta stay positive, man. And don't be afraid to try new things, and don't be afraid to not succeed. It's not that you failed, it's just that it was a lesson learned. So, it's a process. Sometimes it'll make you money, and even if it didn't make you money, you learn what not to do. And that's how you gotta look at it. So just stay positive, stay motivated, and stay on your motherfucking hustle.
Lockdown's over. Get your yard time in. Exclusively at FreshOutSeries.com.